morning, and welcome to Old Westbury's Got Talent, where we showcase what Old Westbury students have to offer. I'm your host, Arielle, and I'm in studio with Katie Tenenbaum, who will be playing ukulele for us. First, we'll ask her a few questions about her musical hobby. Hi, Katie, how are you?
Good.
So I have a couple questions for you.
Of course.
And the first being, how did you get started playing ukulele?
So my sister actually bought one before I did. She wanted one, whatever. So she got it, and she played, the Adventure Time theme song, which everyone knows.
Everybody has to learn it.
And she just stopped playing it. It's been in her closet for a few months. I asked her if I can play it. She said yeah. And so I just only know Hey Soul Sister by Train. That's like the basic song. And then I kept practicing, and then here I am.
Very cool.
Here I am.
So how many instruments do you play?
So I play ukulele, as you might have guessed.
Oh, maybe.
I play guitar, and I've been playing piano for a long time, but not as frequently as I do ukulele and guitar. But I also know a little bit of banjo.
That's really cool, actually. That's kind of different, too.
But I don't have it anymore, so I only know Rainbow Connection by the Muppets on banjo, and that was the only thing I learned.
Okay.
So yeah.
What's the next instrument on your list?
I actually really want to learn how to play saxophone.
Really, saxophone?
Yeah,
that's kind of in
love
left
that
field, but I
instrument.
like it.
Yeah, it's totally different from what I play now, but I just love the saxophone. I would love to learn how to play it. I would have zero idea how, but same idea with the uke. I would just keep practicing.
Yeah, I mean, practice makes perfect.
Yep.
So what is your favorite song to play, Jen?
There's a song called Little Wonders by Rob Thomas.
Okay.
That was in Meet the Robinsons, a great Disney movie. I know how to play, well, my favorite is Follow You Into the Dark by Death Cab for Cutie.
So what are some of your musical influences? I know you were talking about like Rob Thomas there,
Yeah,
Death Cab
yeah.
for Cutie, a little bit everywhere.
My favorite musical influence is David Cook. He won American Idol season 7, I believe, and his music is amazing, and I know how to play, I think, one song by him, but I love his voice. I love everything about him. Also, a good friend of mine, her name is Nico Patton. She's not as well known as the other artists, but her music is amazing. She just released an album a few months ago, and she's a dear friend of mine, so she has influenced me to keep playing and performing.
So what are you working on?
I'm actually in the process of trying to start an EP.
Okay.
So I don't know when that'll be out. I haven't started recording or anything, but I'm excited to share that and do some covers and maybe an original.
So how has music influenced your life overall?
Oh my gosh, I can't even begin to describe it. I actually have a musical tattoo of microphone stands, so singing and playing instruments means so much to me.
Incredible.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for your time, and I can't wait to hear you play.
Yeah, so I'm going to be playing Viva La Vida by Coldplay. Fear in
Good morning and welcome back to Old Westbury's Got Talent, where we showcase what Old Westbury students have to offer. I'm your host, Kimani. In the studio, we have Nigel Shelby, who will be reciting one of his favorite poems for us today. But first, we're gonna ask him a few questions. Nigel, what inspired you to write poetry?
What inspired me? I've been writing since I was a kid. A lot. I kind of stopped when I got back in high school. But what really inspired me is some of the rappers I listened to, like, Kendrick, and even back then, like, Tribe Called Quest, mix of 90s and now.
So, would you consider yourself a rapper or lyricist?
Lyricist. Not too keen on the word rapper. Like, I don't like telling people, like, oh, I'm a rapper. Lyricist sounds more sophisticated and cooler.
Okay. So, why do you feel that it's important for you to express yourself through writing?
Because to me, expressing myself through writing is like the best way for me. Because I think of myself as a person who has a creative mind, and I can take that creative mind and put it down to paper, and something usually turns up good from that.
Okay, so like, what are some of the topics that you talk about in your poetry?
Whatever's going on in my life, whether it be like heartbreak, tough times, happiness. I try to keep it real as possible.
So would you consider this an escape from your reality?
Not necessarily, because I'm still talking about reality in my writing, so yeah.
I would like to thank you for having you on the show today.
My pleasure.
And now we're gonna listen to one of your favorite poems.
All right.
Yo, what's going on? This is Nigel X, and I wrote this piece, and it's called Welcome to Heartbreak, and it goes like this. Let's take it back around the time when I was 8 or 9. Civilians erupt inside of me that I couldn't define. Got me going through things at the time I couldn't explain. Swear to God that I was going insane. But it turns out I had a thing for this girl. The moment she walked in, her cute brown eyes were the things that I was lost in. Going to school full of wannabes and ne'er-do-wells, searching for an angel, and suddenly, well, there you fell. I treat this love scenery just like a fairy tale, like I could be your prince and you could be my Arielle. And in my mind, I knew that I would treat her very well. And in the story, a fairy tale is just a fairy tale. On the playground, feeling softer than a marshmallow, looking so lost when I approached her with a soft hello. I must have her. I knew the time was now. Wrote her a love letter. She looked disgusted as a friend threw it on the ground.
Hello and welcome to Old Westbury's Got Talent. I'm Chris Black. We have another great musical performance with Katie Tenenbaum and David Klein performing their mashup of I Want You Back and I Want It That Way.
When I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. Those pretty faces always made you stand out in the crowd. But someone pulled you from the bunch when it was all it took. Now it's just too late for me to take a second look. awesome.